Some toys are meant to bring comfort, but what if one was made to bring fear? When Mia found the strange Labubu doll in an abandoned toy shop, she thought it was just another collectible. Big eyes, wide grin, a soft little body. It looked harmless. But that first night, she swore its eyes followed her every move. And then, she started hearing faint scratching at her bedroom door. The doll was always closer than where she'd left it. In the shadows, its smile looked wider, sharper. Mia's life became a waking nightmare, and every night the doll seemed to get bolder, until one evening, it whispered her name. That's when she realized the Labubu wasn't hers, she was its. Not all horrors come in the shape of monsters. Some arrive in the form of innocent-looking toys, smiling sweetly as they wait for the right moment. This is the chilling tale of Mia, a young woman who stumbled upon a rare Labubu doll at a dusty old toy shop in a forgotten alley. She bought it without thinking, drawn to its oversized eyes and almost human-like grin. At first, it was just decoration on her bedside table, but within days, strange events started to unravel her peace. Footsteps at night when no one was home, doors opening on their own, and a faint raspy laugh that echoed from nowhere. This isn't just a haunted doll story, it's a warning. Once the Labubu chooses you, there's no escape. Mia had always been drawn to odd places. One rainy afternoon, while cutting through an unfamiliar street, she spotted a dimly lit toy shop tucked between two abandoned buildings. The dusty window displayed porcelain dolls, stuffed animals, and a strange rabbit-like creature with a wide, toothy grin. The Labubu. The shop's bell jingled as she entered. The air smelled of mothballs and damp wood. An old woman behind the counter watched her silently. Looking for something special? The woman rasped. Mia's eyes locked on the Labubu doll. Its oversized glass eyes reflected the dim light, making them seem alive. "It's cute," Mia murmured. The old woman's cracked lips curled into a faint smile. "It's one of a kind. It's been waiting for someone like you." Ignoring the uneasy feeling in her chest, Mia bought the Labubu doll. The old woman's final words echoed in her mind as she left. Back home, Mia placed the Labubu doll on her bedside table. Its stitched grin seemed harmless in daylight, almost charming. That night, as rain pattered against her window, she caught herself glancing at it again and again. No matter where she moved, the glass eyes seemed fixed on her. At around 2 a.m., she woke to the faint sound of scratching. It was coming from the bedroom door. Her heart pounded as she sat up. The sound stopped. She turned on the lamp and froze. The Labubu was no longer on the table. It sat neatly on the floor, facing the bed. Her breath quickened. She told herself she must have moved it without remembering. Still, she placed it back and left the light on the rest of the night. She didn't notice. The grin was now just a little wider. I placed the Labubu doll on a shelf in my living room. Its wide grin seems to follow me no matter where I stood. I turned off the lights and went to bed, trying to shake the uneasy feeling crawling up my spine. Around 2 a.m., a soft scritch, scritch sound woke me. At first, I thought it was a mouse in the walls, but the sound was coming from inside my bedroom. I turned on my phone's flashlight.
Nothing. The scratching stopped. As I lay back down, I heard something else, a faint giggle. Then my phone flickered, and in the dim light, I saw it. The Labubu doll, sitting on my desk. I was sure I had left it in the living room. My heart hammered as I slowly approached it, but the closer I got, the more I realized its head had turned. The next morning I tried to rationalize it. Sleepwalking, a trick of memory. But then I found a note on my kitchen table, written in messy, childlike handwriting. The doll sat beside the note, its head tilted, that stitched smile wider than I remembered. I grabbed it, ready to throw it in the trash, but the moment I touched it, my ears filled with whispers, dozens of voices speaking at once. I dropped it immediately, gasping for air. The day passed with strange occurrences, cupboards slamming shut, lights flickering, and shadows darting in my peripheral vision. That night, I locked the doll inside a cupboard. I even taped it shut. But at 3:03 a.m., I woke up again, to the sound of tiny footsteps running across my floor. The cupboard door was open. The doll sat on my pillow. On the third day, I decided to confront it. Laugh if you want, but I spoke to the doll. I asked, "What do you want?" The answer came not from its stitched mouth, but from my own phone screen. Words began typing themselves in my notes app. "Let's play a game." I didn't agree, but the next moment the lights went out. I stumbled through my apartment, phone flashlight trembling. The air felt heavier, colder. Then I heard it, faint giggling, coming from the kitchen. I stepped closer. The fridge door creaked open slowly, and inside, there it was, sitting on the top shelf like it belonged there. When I reached for it, the door slammed shut, trapping my hand. The pain was sharp, but not as sharp as the realization. This was only the beginning of the game. I stopped playing. I thought if I ignored it, it would stop. But that night, something changed. I woke up to find my apartment door wide open. My heart raced as I stepped into the hallway. The air smelled like rot. When I turned back toward my apartment, I froze. The doll was gone. In its place, on my bed, was a Polaroid photograph, me sleeping. The next day, more Polaroids appeared, each one closer, until the final one, where I wasn't in bed anymore. Instead, I was standing in the corner, smiling, just like the Labubu doll. I started sleeping with the lights on, clutching a kitchen knife. But deep down I knew it was only a matter of time before I lost the game. 3 nights later, the doll spoke. Not through notes, not through my phone, but in a voice that was small, yet impossibly close. The rules were simple. Find it before 4 a.m. or stay with it forever. My stomach churned, but I agreed. I searched everywhere, closets, under the bed, behind the curtains. The minutes ticked away. At 3:58 a.m., I checked the bathroom. The shower curtain was drawn. I pulled it back. Nothing. Then I looked down. There it was, floating in the bathtub, its eyes glowing faintly. The moment I reached for it, the lights went out. Something grabbed my wrist, cold, small, but incredibly strong. I woke up in daylight, sprawled on my living room floor. The doll was gone. At first, I thought I'd won, but then I noticed the mirror. I was smiling. Not just a normal smile, a wide, stitched grin, just like the Labubu. My skin looked pale, my eyes darker. The reflection moved, even when I didn't. It whispered, "If you ever see a Labubu doll at a market, don't touch it. Don't even look at it, because the game doesn't end when you win. It ends when you become the next doll, waiting for the next player to take you home.